And see her even now afoot.
Right, well, we better have a look. We'll use the old washout.
What are you going to try?
I always say you can't go wrong with a good invocation. Oh, I haven't done one for years.
But you can't, not here. You need a cauldron, a magic sword, an octagram, and all sorts of spices and stuff.
No, don't blame her. It's all those gimmers she bought. Oh,
Wars.
you don't need none of that. You just use whatever you got.
Oh, dear.
You take that over there. There you are, kid.
Thank you. What's this?
I conjure and abjure thee by means of this weighty and terrible rolling pin.
See how we scatter rather old washing soda and some extremely hard soap flakes in thy honour. Honestly, Nanny, I don't think that this is going to work.
And I invoke and bind thee with this moulding, scrubbing brush of art and washboard of protection.
Honestly, it's all very well, but somehow it just isn't the same.
You listen to me, girl. Demons don't care about the outward shape of things. It's what you think that matters. Now get on with it.
My name is unpronounceable in your tongue, woman.
I'll be the judge of that. Don't you call me woman.
Very well. My name is Wyrd Sisters DFS.
Where were you when the vows were handed out? Behind the door?
Well, Mr. Wyrd Sisters DFS, I expect you're wondering why we called you here tonight.
Ah, you are not supposed to say that.
We have the sword of art and the octagram of protection, I'll warn you.
They look like a boarding scrubbing brush and a washboard to me. You are allowed 3 questions.
We must be very careful. Demons always tell the truth, but only as much as they need to. We must phrase our questions very carefully. Is there something strange at large in the kingdom?
You mean stranger than usual? No, there is nothing strange.
Hold on. Is there something in the kingdom that wasn't there before?
No.
What the bloody hell's going on? And no mucking around trying to wriggle out of it. Otherwise, I'll boil you!
What did he say?
Will you?
I protest at this treatment.
Yes, but I haven't got time to bandy legs with you all evening. These word games might be all very well for wizards, but we've other fish to fry.
Oh, boy,
Look there, don't you know, huh? We're not supposed to volunteer information just like that.
There's some old oil in the shed in the can, Margaret.
Hey, look, if I simply tell you.
Yes?
Hey, you won't let on, will you?
Not a word.
Lips are sealed.
Hey.
Easy. Oh, careful. Go.
Look, there is nothing new in the kingdom, but the land has woken up.
What do you mean?
It is unhappy, eh? It wants a king that cares for it.
You don't mean the people, do you? No, I didn't think so.
What is
Can you tell us why?
I'm just a demon, eh? What do I know? Only what it is, not the how and why of it.
I see.
I told you it was a very good job to make
You know,
this vacation.
it's
It works every time.
No one's saying because there's something to be worried about. You know what I'm saying?
May I go now? Please.
Oh, yes, thank you. Run along.
I don't want
Excuse me? You wouldn't mind banishing me, would you?
What?
Only I'll feel better if you banish me properly, huh? Run along, that's the sentence something.
Oh, yes, if it gives you pleasure. Magrat, do the honours, will you?
Right, certainly. Begone, thou fiend, unto the blackest pits!
Here! Give me back my knife!
You heard what the demon said? The kingdom is worried. You know, this morning when I opened my window, there were all animals of the forest just stood outside.
What did they say?
Nothing, animals, aren't they? Knew what they wanted, though. Rid of the king. They don't care if a king's good or bad, they just want a king to care for it.
It's a bit like a dog, really. It doesn't care if its master is good or bad, just so long as it likes the dog.
So, what are we going to do about it?
Nothing, you know we can't meddle.
You save the baby.
That's not meddling.
Fine. Have it your way, but maybe one day he'll come back. Destiny again.
Right. These sort of things have to sort themselves out, good or bad. Well-known fact.
You know the fool who lives up in the castle?
The little man with running eyes.
Not that little. Don't happen to know his name, do you?
He's just called Fool. No job for a man that, running around with bells on.
His mother was a beldame from over Blackglass way. Bit of a beauty when she was younger, broke many hearts she did. Bit of a scandal there I did hear. Think he was named after his master, the King Verence. Granny's right though, at the end of the day, a fool's a fool.
Why do you want to know, Macra?
Some of the girls down at the village were asking.
It's a steady job, I'll grant you that.
A man who tinkles all day, no job for anyone, I'd say.
You, she'd always know where he was, you just have to listen.
Never trust a man with horns on his hat.
You two are a pair of silly old women, and I'm going home!
Well.
She would conceive that he was indeed a fat, cunning, evil-smelling, one-eyed Tom who divided his time between eating, sleeping, and fathering the most inbred feline tribe. She nevertheless instinctively pictured him as the small fluffy kitten he had been decades before.
Rainbow! Where are you, darling? Rainbow!
She was using a bit of elementary magic to follow this trail, though anyone with the sense of smell could have managed it.
Dear
It led her through the damp streets to the open gates of the castle,
Rainbow!
across the inner courtyard, and into the keep via the kitchens.
Rainbow! Rainbow, come to Mummy, Rainbow!
And so it was, when Lord Belmit came out of his bedroom, he saw, coming towards him, a witch. There was no doubt about it. From the top of her pointed hat to her boots, she was a witch, and she was coming for him.
Imbeciles! Get on with it! Take her to the dungeon! Take my bowl, lad, thank you. Oh, hello. Ooh! I don't have to see my cat breathe all the time, do you? What's there? You? Thank you. Oi. Get out!
Quite comfortable, are we?
Apart from these stocks, you mean?
I'm impervious to your foul blandishments. I scorn your devilish wiles. You're to be tortured, I'll have you know.
And then you'll be burned.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, it's bloody freezing down here. What's that big wardrobe thing over there?
That, my dear lady, is the Iron Maiden.
Ooh.
It's the latest thing of.
Can I ever go in it?
You what?
This insouciance gives you pleasure, but soon you'll laugh on the other side of your face.
It's only got this side.
You need not think that any others of your kind would come to save you. We alone hold the key to this dungeon. You'll be an example to all those who've been spreading malicious rumours about faces.
Enough! Come, Leonard. We shall let her reflect on her fate for a while.
But the faces and the wicked ones. And anyway, he fell.
All right, I can see you. Who are you? I saw you making faces behind him, all like you do to keep a straight face.
I wasn't making faces, woman. I was scowling.
Here, I know you. You're dead. You're that late King Verence.
I do prefer the term passed over. I'm afraid it was I who borrowed your cat. I knew you'd come looking for it.
What's that big bed thing over there?
The rack.
Oh, I suppose you're no good at locks.
But surely, to a witch, this is all so much...
Solid iron. You might be able to walk through it, but I can't.
I didn't realise. I thought witches could do magic.
Young man, you will oblige me by shutting up.
Madam, I am king!
You are also dead, so I wouldn't aspire to hold any opinions if I were you.
Plaid.
Nope.
Billywinks.
That's a pretty name. What's that?
It's sort of thumbscrew.
Oh, no.
Choker?
That's a C. And anyway, I don't know what that is. Here, you're a bit too good at these names. You sure you didn't use them while you were alive?
Absolutely. Nanny.
Boys that tell lies go to a bad place.
Lady Felmit had most of them installed herself. It's the truth.
All right, it was Pinchers.
But that's just another name for pliers.
Stop your sulking.
I'll be back soon. Are you sure you'll be all right?
Well, if I'm not, how much help are you gonna be?
Meanwhile, a crowd of muttering, if not yet revolting peasants gathered outside the castle gatehouse.
We're not happy about the king!
We want a king we can trust!
Yeah!
Not good for anyone all this taxing and killing folk. Yeah,
No!
soldiers, they've got some key man when it comes to burning down our cottages.
Yeah!
Oh, King Rents used to do that, burning houses because of taxes. Terrible temper he had.
He used to let them out first, though. He could be very gracious like that.
Well, you're so good.
Yeah, no, felt like it was more personal. People like to feel their values.
Yeah!
This summer is the kingdom.
Yeah, and when you go and see him, he just stares and rubs his hand and twitches a bit, doesn't he? Yeah.
There's a witch in the dungeons and foul tortures, they say.
Nonsense, I expect Nanny Ogre's just got in to avoid the king or something.
They say Jake Snug's going to fetch his brothers.
I really advise you all to return home. There's probably been a misunderstanding. Everybody knows that a witch cannot be held against their will.
It's gone too far this time. All this taxing and killing folk. It's got to stop. I blame you witches. I know my rights.
And what rights are they?
Dunnage, cabbage and ordinary, bandonage, leftovers, clapping and spun, and acreage every year.
Yeah.
And the right to keep 2/3 of a goat on the common until he set fire to it.
It was a bloody good goat too.
A woman could go far knowing her rights like you. But right now, she should go home! Come on, boys. And I'm a harmless old seller of apples. Pray let me pass dearie.
No muss into the castle. Orders of the Duke.
I know you. Champert Paldy. I recall I laid out your granddad and I brought you into this world. I gave you your first good hiding in this vale of tears, and by all the gods, if you cross me now, I shall give you your last. But don't worry about it. Have an apple.
So that's witch's magic, is it? Pretty poor stuff. You might frighten these country idiots, woman, but you don't frighten me.
I expect it takes a lot to frighten a big, strong lad like you.
That's right. And don't try and get the wind up on me neither. Old ladies like you twisting people around shouldn't be stood for like they say.
Just as you like.
Oh, woo! Woo!
Apples, lovely apples, apples. Hello there, I've come to sell my lovely apples.
There's not a sale on, is there? You're not a witch, are you?
Of course not. Do I look like one?
Right. Pass apple seller.
Thank you. Do you like an apple?
No thanks, I haven't quite finished one the other witch gave me. Not a witch. Apple seller.
How long ago was this?
Just a few minutes. An apple seller. Yeah.
She should know.
Well, well. Come to keep us company, have you, my pretty?
I was just looking for the dungeons.
Just fancy. I reckon we can help you there.
I think I should warn you that I'm not, as I may appear, a simple apple seller. I'm in fact a witch.
Fair enough. I've always wondered what it'd be like to kiss a witch.
Oh!
Round here they do say you gets turned into a frog.
I reckon you kissed one years ago.
You listen to me, missy. You're not the first witch we've had down here, but you could be lucky and walk out of here if you're nice to us, that is. Here, what's this? A knife. I reckon we gotta take this very seriously, don't you, Ron?
We gotta tie our hands and gag her. They can't do their magic if they can't speak or wave their hands about.
You can take your hands off her. Let her go this minute or I'll report you.
This is a witch we have here, so you can go and tinkle somewhere else. Let her go with a bit of spirit.
I told you to let her go.
I bet you're wondering whether I would really use this knife. I don't know either. Think of the fun we could have finding out together. Now go on, get out! Are you all right? All right. Right. Now where is she?
We will begin with the showing of the implement.
Oh, I've seen them. Leastways, all the ones beginning with P, S, I, T, O, and W.
Then let us see how long you can keep that light conversational tone.
Look, is this going to take long? I haven't had my breakfast.
Now, woman, will you confess?
What to?
It's common knowledge. Treason, malicious witchcraft, harbouring the king's enemies, theft of the crown, and spreading of false rumours.
What false rumours?
Concerning the accidental death of the late King Ferenc.
Oh, I don't know nothing false. I know that you stabbed him and you gave him the dagger. It was at the top of the stairs, just by the suit of armour with the... What? With the pike. And then you said, if it's to be done, it's better if it's done quickly or something. And then you snatched the king's own dagger.
You lie! You lie! There was nothing to witness, we made sure. Yes, there was nothing to witness. Down there, in the hall.
Shut up, Leonor! And calm down. No one told her she's a witch, for goodness sake. They find out about these things. Second glance or something.
Sight.
Which you will not possess for much longer, my good woman, unless you tell us who else knows, and indeed assist us on a number of other matters. And now we will commence. Your friends can't help you now.
It's locked.
It's a dungeon, isn't it?
You're not supposed to lock it from the inside. Are you really a witch? I mean, you don't look like one. Well, no, that's just it. You don't look, well, not like a crone at all. Absolutely beautiful.
We think you'd better stand back, Ferenc. I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out.
How did you know my name?
Oh, I suppose I heard it somewhere.
I shouldn't think so. I never use it. It's not a popular name with the Duke. With my mum, you see her. Suppose they just like to name you after kings.
Right, now, please, stand back.
Madrak stared at the old oak planks at the door that has been down in the darkness all these years, away from the clock of the seasons.
The ghost of life that still lived in the wood must know that. Or if it had forgotten, it must be told.
She put her palms flat on the door, shut her eyes, and began to think.
Springtime, the black soil of the mountains, the air, sunlight.
The door gave a warning creak and began to break into leaves. Knotholes bulged, burst, and thrust out branches, which hit the stone of the doorway and tumbled aside.
Well, you took your time. Let me out of here, will you? Or you're getting cramped.
I am Dagger. All this time and I never knew it.
They bloody well did me in with my own bloody knife!
the old king, did they steal?
Oh, I shouldn't think so.
Guards! Fool, fetch the guards!
They're busy. We were just leaving. Are you the Duke? I'm going to give you no cause, but it will be better for you if you left this country, abdicate or whatever.
In favour of whom? A witch?
I won't.
What did you say?
I said I won't. You think a bit of simple conjuring would frighten me? I'm king by right of conquest. You cannot change it. Simple as that, witch. If you defeat me by magic, then magic will rule. You cannot do it. Any king raised with your help would be under your power. Hagrid, I might say. That which magic rules, it destroys. It would destroy you too, and you know it. You could strike me down, and perhaps you could replace me, but he'd have to be a fool indeed to know he was under your evil eye. You could protest all that you wished, but you'd know, and so would he, that he ruled with your permission, and that would make him no king at all. Now, would it? Is not that true? I said, is that not true?
Yes! Yes, it is true, but there is one who could defeat you.
Bah! The child, let him come when he is grown. A young man with a sword to seek his own destiny. How very romantic. I have many years to prepare. Let him try. Now get back to your cordons, Wyrd Sisters.
You could give him boils or something. Hemorrhoids are good. Don't stop him from rolling though, just means he'll have to roll standing up. Always good for a laugh, that. Mind you, that'd probably make him worse. Same with toothache.
I ain't going to give him the pleasure of saying it, but he's got us beat. People have to sort this sort of thing out for themselves. Magic is there to be ruled, not to do the ruling.
Can I see you again?
I think I'm very busy tonight.
Oh, tomorrow night then.
I should be washing my hair.
I think I could get Friday night free.
We do a lot of work at night, see?
The afternoon then.
Well...
About 2 o'clock, in the meadow by the pond, all right?
Well...
See you there then, all right?
Fool!
I've got to go. The meadow, okay? I'll wear a flower so you recognise me, all right?
All right.
It's me. There's someone here to see you.
The Lance, King of Lancashire. Do I have the honour of addressing Granny Weatherwax, Doyen of Witches? I think of you, Granny Weatherwax, restore my son to the throne.
It's meddling, you see.
You're not going to help.
Oh, naturally, when your lad is a bit older, but right now...
Where is he now?
We saw him safe out of the country, you see.
Very good family.
What kind of people? Not commoners, I trust.
Oh, no, not commoners at all. Very uncommon.
They were thespians.
Oh, good.
Were they? They didn't look it.
Don't show your ignorance, Githerog. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, it's just her showing off. She doesn't even know where Thespia is.
Well, wherever it is, I hope they know how to school a man in the arts of war. I know, Felmit. In 10 years, he'll be dug in like a toad in a stone. What kind of kingdom will he come back to? You watch it change over the years, become shoddy and mean. Remember, good sisters, the land and the king are one.
One what?
We've got to do something. Rules or no rules, lock up a witch, would he? Oh, bloody well, show him what a witch can do.
Yes, only perhaps not right now. Let's plan.
Wyrd Sisters, indeed. We shall meet on the heath tonight and decide what must be done.
Whatever happens to the rule about not meddling in politics?
As you progress in the craft, you learn there's another rule. Esme abide by it all her life.
What's that?
When you break the rules, break 'em good and hard.
There was pandemonium outside the castle. Civil disobedience was new to Lanka, but its inhabitants had already mastered some of its more elementary manifestations, such as the jerking of rakes and sickles in the air in simple up and down motions, accompanied by grimaces and cries of grrr Several sellers of hot meat pies had appeared from nowhere and were doing a brisk trade. Pretty soon, someone was going to throw something.
People of Lanka, do not be afraid. I am your friend. I will protect you against the witches. I have agreed to leave you in peace. I now call upon the great Granny Weatherwax to say a few words.
You've gone a long way too far.
I have, haven't I?
Go home.
Is that all?
Yes, and now we're going to.
But we are getting along so well.
We're leaving.
What, fool? The people, they mutter against the witches. How do you do it?
Jokes, Nuncle, and gossip. People were halfway ready to believe it anyway. You see, the thing is, everyone respects the witches, but nobody actually likes them very much.
It is very pleasing. If it carries on like this, fool, she'll have a knighthood.
Marry, if I had a knighthood, why it would keep my ears warm in beddy. If faith if many a knight were a fool, why
yes,
then?
Yes, all right, all right.
It seems words are extremely powerful.
Indeed, lady.
You must have made a lengthy study.
Words can change the world.
So you have said before, I remain unconvinced. Strong men change the world. Strong men and their deeds. Words are like marzipan on the cake. Of course you think words are important. You are weak and have nothing else.
Your ladyship is wrong.
You had better be able to substantiate that comment.
Lady, the Duke, he wishes to chop down the forests. Is this not so?
The trees. I hear them when I go riding. They tell lies about me.
This policy is met with fanatical opposition.
What?
People don't like it.
What does that matter? We rule. They will do what we say or they will be pitilessly executed.
But my love, we will run out of peoples.
No need. You don't have to do that. What you do is you embark upon a far-reaching and ambitious plan to expand the agricultural industry, provide long-term employment in the sawmills, reduce the scope for banditry, and open the land for new development.
How will I do all that?
You cut down the trees.
But you said...
Shut up, Velmet. Exactly how does one go about knocking over the houses of people one does not like?
You could call it urban clearance.
I was thinking of burning them down.
Hygienic urban clearance.
And sowing the ground with salt.
Marry, I suspect it is a programme of hygienic urban clearance and environmental improvements. And it might be a good idea to plant a few trees as well.
No more trees!
It's all right. They won't survive. The point isn't that you planted them.
But I also want to raise taxes.
Why, nuncle?
And I am not your nuncle.
Not?
No.
Why, prithee, you need to finance your ambitious plan for the country. Right.
He means that cutting down trees costs money. Intriguing. But can your words change the past?
More easily, I think, because the past is what we will remember, and memories are words. Who knows how a king behaved 1,000 years ago? There are only stories and recollections, and plays, of course.
I saw a play once. There's a bunch of funny fellows in tights. There's a lot of shouting, and the people liked it. But you say history is what people are told.
What about him? Champot the Good. Was he? Who knows now? What was he good at? But he'll be Champot the Good until the end of the world.
I want to be a good ruler. I want people to like me.
Let us assume there are other matters subject to controversy. Matters of historical record that had been clouded.
I didn't do it, you know. He slipped and fell. He attacked me. Ah, that's it. He slipped and fell. Then he attacked me, that's it. He slipped and fell on his own dagger in self-defense, that's it. But I have no recollection of it at this time.
Be quiet, husband. I know you didn't do it. I wasn't there with you, you may recall. It was I who didn't hand you the dagger.
And now, fool, as I was saying, I believe that perhaps there are matters that should be properly recorded.
Mary, that you weren't there at the time?
Where?
Anywhere.
So long as you remember it. Reality is only weak words, you say, therefore words are reality. But how can words become history?
It was a very good play that I saw. There's lots of fighting. But no one really died.
Fool,
Lady?
can you write a play? A play that will go around the world. A play that will be remembered long after rumour has died.
No, lady, it is a special talent.
But can you find someone who has it?
There are such people, my lady. In Ankh-Morpork, mayhap.
Find one. Find the best, the truth, without. Find one.
Granny didn't stop till she was outside the town and under the mellowing leaves of the forest.
Did you hear the sniggering? Someone sniggered. It's not to be borne.
Oh, don't despair.
I'm not despairing. I'm thinking. Go away.
Nanny Ogg raised her eyebrow at Magrat in a warning fashion, although they backed off to a suitable distance. With Granny in her present mood, the next universe might not be far enough.
They didn't hurt you, did they?
Oh, they never laid a finger on me. I see you got a follower.
Sorry?
Fella with the bells and a face like a spaniel that's been kicked.
No, him. He's just some person that follows
We're
me
going
around.
to replace him with Verence's son.
In about 15 years' time, perhaps.
Tonight.
A child on the throne? He wouldn't last 5 minutes.
Not a child, a young man. Remember Black Alice?
Esme, you're not going to try that, are ya?
Who was Black Alice?
She was before your time. Before mine, really. Lived over a Scundway, very powerful witch. She turned a pumpkin into a coach once.
Showing. That's no help to anyone. Turning up at a ball, smelling like a pie, and all that business with a glass zipper, dangerous to my mind.
But the biggest thing she ever did was send the whole palace to sleep for 100 years until... Oh, I can't remember. Were there rose bushes involved or a spinning wheel in that one? No, a princess had to... He had to kiss her, that was it. Very romantic, Black Alice was. She liked nothing better than girl meets frog.
Why did they call her Black Alice?
Fingernails.
And teeth. Lived in a real gingerbread cottage. A couple of kids shoved her in her own oven in the end. Shocking.
And you're going to send the whole castle to sleep?
Oh, she never sent the castle to sleep. That's just an old wives' tale. She just stirred out time a little. It's not as difficult as people think. It's like rubber is time. You can stretch it to suit yourself.